I'm an admirer of people like yourself and other black people who care about the community, actually do something and recognize the injustices and crimes that have been committed against us. When I think about people like Candace Owens, for example, I think she's extremely intelligent, very well spoken. But if she looks into the mirror, I mean, if Candace Owens doesn't look into the mirror, I don't think she would know what color she was. I would think if she looked into the mirror, she would think, if she didn't look into the mirror, she would think that she was white. I have an issue with that because you have this black woman who is married to a white man. I'm not talking about her specifically, but her and people like her, and they don't recognize those injustices within the community. Like, what's up with that? What responsibility does she have to address those issues?
All super coons are extremely intelligent. You have to be a super coon. The problem is you're not loyal and you're not politically wise, because wisdom, if you had integrity, you would never go against your community. So Candace Owens has no integrity. Jesse Lee Peterson, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, the Charles Barkleys of the world, they don't have integrity, but they're very intelligent. She made a decision that aligning myself with conservative white power and racism is going to benefit me over the long haul than aligning myself with black folks. Because there's no black woman out here cooning for the conservative white power base. If I become the lone coon, I will get rich, I will get wealthy, and I will get famous. And because black people don't hold anybody accountable, I don't have to worry about any retribution from my community. Candace Owens is very intelligent, right? But she's a super coon. She knows what she's doing, and she's doing it well. But here's what I would say to Candace Owens, Jesse Lee Peterson, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. White people don't like black people who tend to forget you're not one of them. I can promise you this. I don't know when it's going to happen. And a few of them may escape it, but most of them won't. At some point, white people is going to remind these coons that you're not white and we see you no differently than any other black. Yes, you kiss our backside. Yes, you parrot our talking points. Yes, you intentionally and consistently go against your community for our agenda. But at the end of the day, being white is a privilege and you're not one of us. No matter how much cooning Candace Owens does, she's never on the inside, because you got to be white to be on the inside. You see that? No matter how much cooning Clarence Thomas does, you're never on the inside. You can only be an admirer, a supporter, a flunky, an agent, a functionary, a mule, but you can never be Caucasian. So good luck, Candace, because you've turned your back on your community and white folks will never accept you. See, the problem with the super coon is they think if they coon enough, I'll get probationary white status. There's no such thing as probationary white status for blacks. It don't matter if you got a white husband, white wife, live in a white neighborhood, talk white. It don't matter. You're still black. Let's take it to a eugenics perspective. Eugenics is the extermination of the black DNA. Complete eradication of the Negro species forever. It don't matter if you're a coon or not, because as long as there's a black gene, the white gene is at risk. See, when black men were castrated during the lynchings, which still happen occasionally, unfortunately, as you see around the country, 95% of lynchings with black men, they castrated us. They hung European Jews, no castration. They hung Italians, no castration. They hung Irish, no castration. Why did they mostly, in every case, castrate black men when they hanged us?
Why is that?
Penis power, not sexual virility.
Well, we had bigger dicks?
No, has nothing to do with it. That's where we get it wrong. Black men think the white man envies your size. It has nothing to do with it. He envies your genetic power. You're the only man on the planet who can reproduce yourself in any woman. Name me another man who can reproduce. It don't matter if you lay down with the Jew, the Anglo-Saxon, the Arab, the Chinese, the East Indian, the Latino. That baby is black. Now, whether you raise them to identify with their race or not is something else, right? But they're black. Nobody else can do that. Do you know how hard it is to exterminate a group of people who can reproduce with any other group? That's why they cut your penis off. Because the penis represents your genetic superiority over the slave master, and he hates you for it. This is why when the white slave master's wife had sex with the black man, she got pregnant. She had to go get a back alley abortion. Because when that baby come out, no way is it passing for your husband's. Black DNA is too strong. You follow me? You rarely see a black child, mixed race, who you can't tell is black. Once in a while you get some, right? But mostly you see something, hair, nose, that lets you know that child black over there. Right. They hate us for that genetic superiority that God blessed us with.
Is that why white people have issues having babies? White men? That's what I heard.
Well, yes, partly. Right now in America, 25 of the 50 states have a declining white birth rate. More white people are dying than being born in 25 of the 50 states. There are medical papers out there that suggest, due to the recessive DNA of the Caucasian, they will have trouble reproducing. And there is some qualitative data to back that up. Some people would argue that the reason why Thomas Jefferson and George Washington had so many babies with the black women is because their wives kept miscarrying. We do know that Caucasian women, more than any other group, take fertility meds. They take more fertility meds than any other group, and they'll have multiple children at the same time. So if the question is, do Caucasians have trouble reproducing as well as other groups? Hands down, they do. Hands down, they do. In fact, one of the reasons I think we see so many black women being kidnapped is not only for sex trafficking, it's for organ harvesting, and it's also for mitochondrial DNA research. The black woman is the only woman with the Eve gene, the gene of the original human being, the mother of all creation. Every black woman carries it, the mitochondrial DNA. The white power structure of America wants to isolate the mitochondrial DNA of the black woman and see if they can surgically give it to the white woman so they can jumpstart their species again.